Imagine lining up behind Max Verstappen in a Formula One race. Your engineer tells you you're faster. The data says you have DRS. The tyres are fresh. The overtake should be inevitable. And yet, 5 laps later, you're still staring at the back of his car, tyres overheating, confidence evaporating, wondering how the gap never opens. This isn't coincidence. This isn't luck. This is Max Verstappen's defensive driving. And today we're breaking down exactly why passing him feels impossible. Because Verstappen doesn't defend like other drivers. He doesn't react late. He doesn't panic. He doesn't guess. He anticipates, and that's what terrifies the grid. From the outside, his defense looks aggressive, sometimes controversial, occasionally brutal. But underneath that aggression lies something far more dangerous: calculation. Every move is deliberate. Every line is chosen to control not just the car behind him, but the mind of the driver trying to pass. Early in his career, Max was labelled reckless. Too hard, too uncompromising, too aggressive under braking. But what many missed was this. Even then, his instincts for spatial awareness, timing and positioning were already elite. As he matured, that raw aggression didn't disappear. It became refined, weaponized, optimized. Defending in Formula One is no longer just about blocking the inside line. With modern cars, dirty air, tyre degradation, battery deployment, and DRS zones, defense has become a high-speed chess match, and Max Verstappen is playing 3 moves ahead while others are still rolling the dice. Here's the first uncomfortable truth for his rivals. Verstappen rarely puts himself in a defensive position to begin with. His corner exits are so strong that by the time you're close enough to think about a move, he's already prepared for it. He positions the car early, sometimes half a straight earlier, forcing you to commit to a line that benefits him, not you. Watch closely and you'll notice something subtle. Max doesn't wait to see where you go. He makes you go where he wants. If you choose the inside, he brakes just late enough to close the door without exceeding track limits. If you go around the outside, he positions the car to leave you no exit, forcing you wide onto dirty air or onto compromised traction. And the most brutal part, he does it while staying just inside the rules. This is why stewards rarely penalise him. His movements are decisive, singular and early, and not reactive. Formula One regulations allow one defensive move. Max makes that move so early that by the time rivals realise what's happening, it's already over. Now here's where fear enters the equation. Drivers expect Verstappen to fight. That expectation alone changes how they attack him. When you're racing someone like Max, you don't commit half-heartedly, because half commitment is punished instantly. He forces rivals into a psychological corner where hesitation becomes more dangerous than aggression. And that leads to mistakes. We've seen it countless times. Drivers overheating tyres, trying to force moves that aren't there. Drivers missing braking points because they're trying to surprise him. Drivers backing out because they know that if they leave even a millimetre too much space, Max will take it. And he always takes it. This is where his defensive driving crosses into mental warfare. He doesn't just defend track position, he drains confidence. Every failed attempt makes the next one riskier. Every lap spent behind him compounds pressure. Suddenly the driver behind isn't racing Max anymore. He's racing his own frustration. Quick pause. If you're enjoying this breakdown so far, do me a favour and hit the like button. It won't help you pass Max Verstappen either. But it will help this video reach more F1 addicts like you. And hey, subscribe while you're here. It's easier than trying to overtake into turn 1 against Verstappen. Now, let's talk braking, because this is where his defense becomes surgical. Max Verstappen is one of the latest brakers on the grid, but what makes him exceptional is how consistent he is under pressure. Late braking is risky when defending because one lockup ends everything. But Max combines late braking with perfect pedal modulation, allowing him to slow the car aggressively without compromising corner entry. This means rivals can't outbrake him cleanly. Even when they appear alongside, Max keeps the car balanced enough to rotate and still claim the apex. The result? The attacking driver ends up either running wide or backing out, because the exit always belongs to Max. And here's the key detail most fans miss. Verstappen defends the exit, not the entry. Many drivers focus on blocking the dive. Max focuses on where the power goes down. He's willing to concede half a car length mid-corner if it means owning the throttle zone on exit. That's devastating, because modern F1 overtakes are won or lost on traction, not bravery. Now add energy deployment into the mix. Verstappen is exceptional at managing ERS while defending. He knows when rivals will deploy battery, he knows when to harvest, he knows exactly how much electrical power he needs to neutralize DRS advantages. This is race IQ at its finest, invisible to casual viewers, lethal to anyone trying to pass. And just when you think you've finally set him up, he resets the trap. He'll alter his defensive pattern slightly. Not enough to be predictable, just enough to keep you guessing. One lap he defends inside. Next lap he invites the inside but closes the exit. This unpredictability forces rivals to hesitate, and hesitation at 300 km/h is fatal. Let me ask you something, and drop your answer in the comments. Is Verstappen the hardest driver to pass in F1 history? Or is there someone you think was tougher? I'm genuinely curious where fans stand on this. Now let's address the controversy, because no Verstappen defense analysis is complete without it. Yes, his style has sparked debate. Yes, some moves have pushed the limits. But here's the uncomfortable reality for his rivals. Formula One allows aggressive defense if it's decisive and within limits. And Max understands those limits better than anyone. He dances right on the edge but rarely crosses it. That's not recklessness, that's mastery. And as regulations tightened and stewarding became stricter, Max adapted. His defense today is cleaner, earlier and smarter than ever. He doesn't need desperation lunges anymore because his positioning does the work for him. Another reason passing him feels impossible is stamina. Defensive driving is exhausting. It requires constant focus, precision, and awareness. Many drivers can defend hard for a lap or two. Max can do it for an entire stint, lap after lap, without degradation in performance. That consistency under pressure is what breaks rivals. You think you'll get him on lap 10, then lap 20, then lap 30, and suddenly the race is gone. This is also why teammates historically struggle in similar cars. Verstappen extracts defensive confidence from unstable rear ends and sharp front responses that others can't handle. He's comfortable with microslides, with operating at the edge of grip, and that allows him to place the car exactly where it needs to be in wheel-to-wheel situations. Defending like Max isn't just about bravery, it's about feel, mechanical empathy, understanding how the car will react before it reacts. And that's why, even when rivals have the pace advantage, the outcome rarely changes. As we approach the future of Formula One, with new regulations, closer fields and tighter margins, one question looms large. Will Verstappen's defensive mastery still hold? History suggests yes, because defensive brilliance isn't tied to aero philosophy or power units. It's tied to instinct, awareness, and mental strength, and those don't reset with regulations. So the next time you see a driver stuck behind Max Verstappen, despite having DRS, fresher tyres, and radio encouragement, remember this: you're not watching a failure of attack. You're watching one of the greatest defensive drivers the sport has ever seen, executing a craft that goes far beyond blocking lines. And if you want to see how this defensive mastery connects to his overall dominance, click the next video on your screen where I break down how Max Verstappen controls races before they even begin. Trust me, once you see it, you'll never watch Formula One the same way again. Like the video, subscribe for more elite F1 breakdowns, drop your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.